Everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about this locomotive here, and you might want to know what class of this locomotive is. It is the Taiga Forest Railway C4s 242s. The 242s is known as the Columbia type. That means that the locomotive has two leading wheels, has four driving wheels, and has two trailing wheels. But let's begin the story of this locomotive, shall we? In 1905, in 1899, the Taiga Forest Railway was looking for more locomotives to haul they have a lack of passenger motive power. Their primary express locomotive at the time were the A10 and A11 222s, but these were beginning to struggle with the passenger demands being placed upon them. So yeah, the locomotive superintendent Peter Holden decided to make a 242 Columbia type locomotive, so we wouldn't put too much stress on the lines. The result was the C4s. Of which a total of 40 were built from 1899 to 1901 and all of them were numbered 6900 to 6939. All of them were numbered 6900 to 6939. So yeah, these locomotives were used on passenger trains, but they also pull freight trains. They pull passenger trains such as the Taiga Limited and the Villager Deans. The C4, classified as the C4s, have the same inch driving wheels as the Great Northern Railway C1 Atlantics. The locomotive has a 180 psi boiler and the C4s have a tractive effort of 21,936 pounds. However, one problem: the C4s were too expensive. The C4s were less expensive to maintain. To operate and maintain. So they weren't really that expensive. Well, other locomotives were expensive, such as the compound 440s and the bigger 46 and the compound 460 10-wheelers. Compound 440, yeah. They worked the entire network of the Taiga Village Forest Railway, or I don't remember what's it called. What's it called again? Taiga Village Forest Railway. They ran the entire railway for many years until the 1950s. Until the 1960s, when the Taiga Village Forest Railway began purchasing diesels. They began purchasing diesels. That meant that the C4's days were now numbered. The first withdrawal was locomotive number 6927 going from Taiga on the 11th of August 1958. However, because of the class's superiority, the class still held on, and the last C4 was withdrawn. The last C4 number 6935 you see in here 6935 was withdrawn on May 10th, 1964. Only one preserved, number 6935, seen here. 6935 is on display at the time. It's on display here. I don't remember what's it called. But what about the accidents? Well, let me tell you. On July 13th, 1913, the locomotive number 6914 was hauling six coaches. Going 40 miles an hour when it hit a damaged track which was done by a previous C4. The 6914 hit the trackage and derails, tumbled down the embankment below. Only 7 people were killed in the accident, including the fireman, the driver, and other passengers. But some other passengers weren't hurt. There are only 3 accidents on the C4s. Another accident occurred in 1929. Another accident occurred on October 30th, 1929, just one day before Halloween. Locomotive number 6908 was hauling a 10-car freight train up the mountains, up a hill, and then come down the hill when the driver saw a curve, and he immediately, when the locomotive was going 65 miles an hour, and the driver and fireman applied the emergency brakes, but there was no hope of stopping the locomotive. The locomotive entered the curve at 63 miles an hour, and because of the locomotive's fast speed, it entered the curve so fast that it derails, it derails. The locomotive itself and its 10-car freight train derails. Another accident occurred on September 20th, 1947, when locomotive number 6937 was hauling a 12-car passenger train going 60 miles an hour. When the locomotive ran out of when 6937 was low on coal, and it reached a station where it could refuel. However, when the locomotive was refueling, an 060 freight locomotive hit the train at 40 miles an hour. And 7 coaches and 7 of the nearly 12 passenger coaches derails, including that 060 freight locomotive. Only 9 people were killed. 9 people were killed. 9 people were killed, and 33 were injured. Specifically, 6937 remained on the tracks and was undamaged. They were talking about the impossible. So yeah, So they were on the sea. Only 5 C4s were named. Locomotive number 6935. 6935 was named. 6935 was named Gold Patrick. 6925 was named Earl. Was named Earl Monsell. 6900 the first member of its class was named Peter. Was named Peter Edwards. 6914, the locomotive that was involved in an accident was the only locomotive to have a name that it wasn't in an accident. Was named the Punchy Head. Wow, what your name? And the last and the locomotive number 69 and locomotive number 6930 was 6930 was named 6930 was named Union was named Union. 6930 was named Taiga Village. Yeah, only one preserved, number 6935. Number 6935. Peter 935. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone. Now stay tuned.